Today we're on the Nantucket Airport project. This is day number 1. We're stripping loam today.
We're doing the South Apron expansion, basically extending the south parking lot of the airport for private jet parking.
So there's a lot of paving involved, there's a lot of drainage involved, there's a lot of storm tech chambers that need to go on the ground, a lot of 36, 24-inch pipe that needs to go into the ground, a lot of electrical work. There's a noise monitoring system, a camera system, a lighting system that we're going to be installing. So there's a lot of coordination here.
This project's unique. It's a very short project. We're on Nantucket.
Anytime you're on an island, it's difficult. You know, it's not just drive a truck down the road. There's a lot that goes into planning it, between the tugboats and barges, and there's a lot of people involved in the process.
We've moved over 22,000 tons of drainage stone. We're currently moving over 16,000 tons of P209s, an 1.5-inch dense grade material. Next, we're going to be moving 15,000 tons of stone for hot mix asphalt.
It was tens of thousands of tons of material altogether, and those guys didn't miss a beat. And having those capabilities really changed the schedule of this project. This project in particular, we've had up to 30 people working on, laborers, operators, subcontractors, assistants from the office.
There's certainly quite a few challenges on this project. Right from the beginning of the job, the scheduling and planning of this project was quite intense.
Being able to barge our own equipment over here and our own material on a schedule that works for us was one of the bigger components as far as needing to keep the schedule on track.
As far as contractors, Kobo has done all the electrical here. They've got to be one of the best contractors out there for electrical. They just put their head down and they work. Very self-sufficient, good people. Drew Patel with McFarland Johnson, he's been the on-site RPR. He did a lot of the design here also. And there were quite a few items he and I in the field redesigned.
So what stands out to me in regards to Robert B. Auer and a project of this size is that they have the proper equipment, they have the proper crews, they're a professional organization, they understand safety.
In order to perform our work, we need to create a perimeter of safety for us to work within. The barriers are there so that planes don't just roll through our construction site. But yeah, that's a lot of barriers. Most amount of barriers I've ever ordered. 3,500 feet of barrier.
One of the other things too in this project that was really quite an advantage was the GPS systems that we have. The dozers were all set up with GPS. It made grading substantially easier and more accurate. The storm tech system was apparently the largest in the country that we installed. We installed that in 3 weeks. And then the paving was very interesting. We had to utilize Victor Brandon, and he was able to produce ultimately a little over 400 tons a day for a total of about 16,000 tons of hot mix went down. We finished this project literally right on time. Today is the last day of the 150 days that were allotted to us in the contract. Working on Nantucket, it is a learning experience. It's an evolving paradigm, actually. It's a situation where you have to learn how to get equipment over here. The transportation alone can be very, very challenging, whether it's taking the boat or by plane. The work hours can be reduced because of the transportation, and never mind the weather conditions. It's always a challenge. But Robert Auer has grown to figure out how to work with these situations, and they're a very progressive company. They really are, and they get to know the local community. And this has been an extremely satisfying project. I've been doing this now for 40 years, and this has been one of the better projects. It really has. Everything came together just like we expected. Everybody was professional. Everything went very, very well, very smooth. Here we are the last day. Everything's cleaned up, hydro-seeded, and the airport's quite happy.